Well, hello there, brothers and sisters of WoT Blitz Universe. You're watching WoT Blitz Addict again. Welcome back to the channel, and we are going still with my replays, subs, aces. And today we're gonna watch some tank destroyers, but this time they're all gonna be tier tank destroyers, and that means you will have a nice amount of damage every single game. And I just want to remind you that we are still on my 500 subs quest, so if you want to help me out, please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell. And basically, let's get back to games. So the first game is, as you can see, the Badger and my amigo and a YouTuber endgame. And this game is, of course, as usual, on NA server because my amigo is playing on NA. So yeah, the Badger, as I told you, is the missing link. In my opinion, it's a missing link in tier 10. This tank should be a tier 10 tech tree instead of 1A3. And why? Simply because this tank is more accurate to the line. If you watch the line, if you grinded the line, and most of you probably did it because of the 1A3, I did it as one of the last lines, to be honest, because simply I haven't found it useful to grind this line earlier. I simply did it because I was running out of other lines, and I decided to simply go and grind it. So you have all the lines containing very slow, very sluggish tank destroyers with smaller guns, with lots of DPM, but low mobility and pretty good armor profiles. They're not spectacular, but they are good in a way, and you can use them in the way they can be effective. And same with the Badger. It's a bit better in terms of armor than tier 9, which is the Tortoise, but still this tank is more related to the line than the 1A3. 1A3 is totally out of the sky. It's, I don't know, like you're grinding a threatless TD line with low alpha damage but high DPM, and suddenly when you reach tier 10 you're getting a threated TD with lots of alpha and low DPM and derpy gun, and all the guns earlier on the line were accurate. So what's the point of this? I mean, like, it's totally misleading. Of course, most of you will know about the tier 10 before the start grinding the line, but still it's a kind of a mystery for me why Wargaming decided to put 1A3 instead of Badger in tier 10. But that's well, probably the money caused it, because the Badger, when it came out, it was in crates, it was terribly expensive, I would say. Now it's about 20k, and it's been recently installed. Probably it still is, but I won't buy it for now. I just want my Scorpion G. I still don't have the Scorpion G, and I really want it. And I have a few other tanks to I would buy earlier before I go for the Badger. Same as the line, I really don't find it spectacularly good. I would say I like more mobile tanks, and armor profile is also not that spectacular, assuming you get circled by medium tanks, and that's the main issue I have with this line and with this tank. Maybe not exactly this tank, but this line and the game style of this line. But let's check the results of the battle. So 2 kills, almost 6k damage, ace tanker, top gun, and 1442 base XP. So great game for endgame. And as we were talking about the 1A3, here comes the 1A3 from my clan mate, I would say, but she's a girl. She's also from Poland, and she's driving her 1A3 like a boss, and that's how you should look at this dispersion. I mean, like, dear God, you won't hit the barn with this shit gun. Believe me, it's so bad. I can't believe really people push for this tank. I mean, in some way I can understand them, because you have this massive alpha damage. You can just one shot, when you use hash, you can just one shot most of the tier 10s, which is like crazy. Maybe not one shot, but you can cripple them so badly they are basically just not really much more effective during battle. But yeah, that's the thing that leads people to get this tank. This tank for me, it's like, why do I need it? I probably won't hit most of my shots. The reload time is almost 20 seconds, which is just crap. Let's be honest, it's not very useful. So you have derpy gun with not much chance of panning, with not much chance of hitting something, but when it hits and when it pans, dear God, you're a godlike on the battlefield, because you can just basically change the tides of battle. Even if most of your opponents are half of HP like this, and you deal 1000 damage in one shot with AP, like, come on. And this guy is just, nope, yeah, I'm backing up, I'm not pushing. And that's the fear factor of this tank, is the most most spectacular thing about this tank. So yeah, that's the 1A3. So big alpha, bad dispersion, bad camo rating, mobility is rather average, I would say, so it's not spectacularly good. I don't find this tank fun. Probably if I would play it, if I would like, let's say, playing this tank as a sniper, so I'm not really so patient guy to play the TDs. I like playing some TDs, of course, but even if I play Waffle, or even if I play my let's say, I don't know, Grill, I would go with the mediums. I would support mediums. Of course, it's not gonna be close support, but it's not like I'm gonna sit at the back of the map simply doing nothing, just sitting there and just sniping from the bush in the corner of a map. I'm simply not that kind of player. So for me, this tank is not like something to go for. Of course, I won't say it's good, because if you would stay closer to the enemies, this tank can just get the shots off, and every of your shots will connect. Then this tank is spectacular, and in this way you can just go and deal massive amounts of damage in a very short term, and just change the tides of battle. But that's about hitting the shots. If your shots won't connect, this tank, and let's say 50-50 they will or not, especially when you're sniping, then this tank can be very good for you or very disappointing. And that's the main factor for this tank. It can be, it's like the smasher. Sometimes when it hits and it's done, it's doing its job, but when it misses most of its shots, it's simply annoying in most cases when this situation happens. So yeah, it all depends on the situation, on your playstyle, on your skills, and so on. So yeah, I wouldn't advise people, especially people that don't have much of experience, to go for this tank. And most players, as I see, that play 1A3 aren't experienced players. They're like 40 VR players, 44 VR players, 46 VR players. I have no idea what they have in mind by playing tier 10, especially this kind of tank, when you need to know the maps, when you need to know the basic tactics skills. They just sit at the back doing mostly nothing. And that's the main issue I have with this tank. But WoT Blitz had a great game. Ace tanker, of course, high caliber, sniper tanker, over 6k damage, 3 kills. Very, very good game. Of course, you can see higher damage games, but still, it was a great game and it was an ace. And the last game for today, it's again my amigo Endgame. And if you want to check his channel, basically it's YouTube Endgame, as you can see in his name. And he's driving T110E3, which is American turretless tank destroyer. And it's really tough and it's really hard to kill this monster. I think I would like this tank. I have it unlocked, but I haven't bought it yet. But still, I think I would love this tank because I liked the T28, I like the T95. The thing that was bad about T95 and T28 was the speed. And this tank is more mobile, and that's the factor. I think that would absolutely change the playstyle of the tank and the fun factor of this tank, because you still have nasty gun, you still have nasty armor profile, but you have the mobility to use it to your advantage. Simply, you can go around the map. As you can see, it's not maybe the speed demon, but it's enough for you to go around the map, do your stuff, do your thing, deal damage, and keep up with the team. And that's the main thing that that was really annoying when playing T95. Of course, during last update, it was maybe not last, but last buff that came to T95 wasn't really about the tank itself, but it gave this power acceleration, the engine accelerator, the engine booster, special special provision. And that's great, because now you can't really get circled as easily, because when you use this booster, it goes like 30 kilometers per hour, and that's enough to keep up and to take position when you need to. And when you need to relocate, you can relocate, and that's simply great. And when you look at this game, for now it doesn't look like an ace, and it's gonna end up as an ace, because my amigo didn't have any shots, and when he got a shot, he missed the shot. And now yeah, that was the first shot that connected, and only 220 damage dealt for now. But that's gonna change, and it's gonna change soon. You can all expect this, because it was an ace, of course. And yeah, as I told you, this tank is mobile enough to deal good damage and do great stuff on the battlefield, because armor profile is really spectacular. Frontally, when this tank is hold down, it's a freaking beast, and it's really, really hard to take him out from hold down position. But I would say it's not even that, because like T95 Yaguru, I can just bounce Yagurus in T95 all day long as I wiggle, as I know how to use my armor profile. But in this case, my amigo, as you can see, is playing it like a boss. He's just poking around enough to put the shot in and to stay safe in cover. And he's got the motion pushing in, and it's E100. Yeah, it's an E100. So they are both pushing in, and he's alone over here. Basically, his team was kind of demolished by now, but he's still on full HP, and as long as the E100 can't pen, he can always deal damage with HE, and that's the problem. But still, the hatch on the T110E3 is enough, and you have a 4 against 1 situation. I just wanted you to notice that. while we're talking. And yeah, it's hard enough. The hatch is hard enough to simply stay untouched that much by HE shells. So of course you will receive some damage, but it's not gonna be as much damage as you would receive having a very bad hatch and not so armored as this one is. It's really hard to pen. It's so trollish. Of course the armor profile on the hatch isn't spectacular, but it's really trollish. You have to believe me that this tank is really trollish to pen frontally, especially. But even sides at some angles can bounce shells with no issues. But here we go in the situation. Miami Go turning this situation from 1 against 4 to 1 against 1 right now. And he knows, probably, maybe not, but he will soon know that the last of the remaining, the red team informed him that this guy is AFK in spawn, and no, he's not AFK. They tell him he's not AFK, but as I remember correctly, this guy was AFK. Yeah, he was AFK, and Miami Go now just simply needs to farm the damage, and of course this will give him probably an ace, but it was truly deserved ace, because still he was 1 against 3 and he won a game, simply won a game for his team. So this mastery, this ace is totally deserved by him, even though the damage would be bit less. Still he carried this whole game home, which is great. So he got 5 kills, almost over 5.5k damage, high caliber Top Gun, Ace, Radley Walters and Kolobanovsky, which is also a spectacular achievement, especially in a turretless TD, and over 1.5k base XP, which is also great. And that's basically all for this episode, boys and girls. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. If you like my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. You can find the link to my Discord in the description below. Take care, bye bye, and catch you all on the battlefield.